Hi parents, thanks for watching Up to Date. I'm Jordan Helwig. I'm the student director at Calvary, and you're watching this to get clued in on everything 7th through 12th graders at Calvary. But first, let's get clued in to world history. On this date, in 1934, American bank robber John Dillinger made a daring escape from prison at Crown Blank, Indiana. So for you longtime Hoosiers, maybe that was easy. Me, I'm new to the area, I didn't know it, and if you didn't, don't worry, I'll sneak the answer somewhere in the rest of this episode, so keep your ears peeled. Anyway, I wanted to spend some time mostly talking about what's coming up on Sundays. We have a unit coming up called The Biblical Theology of Marriage and Sex, and I had some parents over to my house who were able to make it and just talk about what that unit is going to look like. And so there are a few things that came out of that meeting I wanted to communicate to the rest of parents. So one is that I'll be sending out manuscripts to you for these Sunday lessons a week ahead of time, so that you can kind of see the content that we're teaching, and also to give you the opportunity to bring this up with your student and to talk with them about it before we talk about it on Sunday. Now also, I want to keep making sure that this is clear, that this is not a sex ed class. I'm not concerned with, not going to be teaching about the biology of sex. I'm concerned with the way that God uses marriage and sex throughout the Bible, especially to describe our relationship with Him. I think a really good question that a parent asked me at the meeting was, Jordan, why now? Why are we teaching this now? And I gave a couple reasons. One is that we just have a lot of graduating seniors, and this is kind of not a last chance, but a good opportunity to give some teaching on these topics before they go to college or start life on their own. This is important. But also because coming out of Colossians, and I didn't mention this at the meeting, but this really is my heart. If you were going to boil down Colossians, it's that Jesus is the point of everything. Literally, all things were made through Him and for Him, and in Him are hidden all the mysteries of wisdom and knowledge. That He's the point of the church, and He's the point of creation, and He's the point of new creation. And how many of our students really understand and believe that Jesus is the point of marriage, that Jesus is the point of sex? And I believe the Bible clearly teaches that. And so I'm excited for that. So with a couple of those disclaimers, I wanted to put this book in front of you again called God, You, and Sex by David White. I have a couple of these left for parents who want them. I think that this is a good resource, but I will, again, emphasize it's for you. It's for adults. It's for married adults. It's not for your students. And so as you read it, just keep in mind, I'm not going to be teaching the biology that kind of comes up in this book. I'm going to be kind of using the structure and timeline that David White uses throughout the Bible. I'm going to be using the theology to kind of govern the way that the class runs. But again, hopefully sending you my manuscripts will be helpful to you. You kind of understand some of my thoughts there. So was there anything else I wanted to talk about specifically in regards to that? I talked about a resource at that meeting called Access.org. Access.org is specifically focused on getting parents resources to have one long conversation with their students as they disciple them in Christ. So that is to say, you may have wondered, man, how am I going to keep a handle on all the things that are happening in teen culture? Do I even need to do that? Well, Access researches teen culture for you and then puts resources in your hands to discuss them with your students. So they have things like parent guides, which are PDFs, like short papers that tackle like particular topics, say like TikTok, the app, or Fortnite, the game, or ASMR, the kind of internet trend, or a topic like the sex talk with your students. And so It's just a resource to help kind of deepen your understanding as you keep that conversation going with your students. They also have a 30-day guide to redefining the sex talk. And basically what that is it's like a short transcript or an audio file that gets sent to your email every day that covers like a ton of different topics within the realm of sexuality, just to keep, again, like deepening your understanding as you keep having this conversation with your students. So if you're interested in those resources, let me know. They will come at a small cost to you, but if you contact me, I can kind of like set things up so that we're on the same page. But I encourage you, check out axis.org and see if there's anything there that you think would be useful to you as a parent, especially as we start with this new unit on a biblical theology of marriage and sex. Other than that, just like a couple quick hitters. We've got our Dart War coming up on March 27th. You don't need to sign up. You can kind of check out the event on our website. Also, I mentioned the D3 early bird sign up is really later than I thought it was. Sorry, my fault. So the new deadline for you to tell me and get money to me is March 26th. March 26th, get those things to me, and then I can sign your students up for D3. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Please pray for me, and I'll see you after I get back from vacation.